Hey, thanks for supporting our program. And although this is a private URL, you can share this video with your friends. Today, this is an amazing story. This is by Yochi Benkler in the New York Times. It's actually from a while back. It's titled "Ending the Internet's Trench Warfare." And the opening paragraph, let me just share this with you. This is remarkable. Imagine that for $33 a month, you could buy internet service twice as fast as what you get from Verizon or Comcast, bundled with digital high-definition television, unlimited long distance, unlimited international calling to 70 countries, and wireless internet connectivity for your laptop or your smartphone or both throughout most of the country. Wireless laptop access, wireless cell phone access to high-speed internet, plus all that TV, plus telephones, plus, all this stuff, bundled together, $33 a month. Next sentence, that's what you can buy in France. And similar speeds and prices are available in other countries, but not in the United States. Here, we pay 3 to 5 times as much. Why is that? Well, as the New York Times notes, a significant reason that other countries have managed to both expand access and lower rates is their commitment to open access policies, requiring companies that build networks to sell access to rivals who then invest in and compete on the network. Now here's, we've all, anybody old enough to remember the internet in the 90s knows what I'm talking about here. Remember when you used to access AOL or CompuServe or the internet using a modem over your telephone? Your telephone was open access. Any company could provide you with that tone, right? The modem tone. And thus you could access AOL, you could access CompuServe, you could access any internet service provider you wanted over your telephone line. And so they competed with each other and developed better and better products on an ongoing basis, which is like a really good thing. Competition's a really good thing. And that initial competition between AOL and CompuServe really kicked off what we now call the internet, the commercial internet. I was part of that. I was running forums on CompuServe. So then the cable companies came along, and in pretty much every other country on earth where they've got, 1/5 the price that we pay and 2 or 3 times the speed, whether it's South Korea or Japan or France or wherever, maybe, and most European countries, what the government said to the companies that are digging holes and laying cable is you're free to recover the cost of that cable. Feel free, right? You put that cable in and it's going to cost, $20 per month per household to get that cable to people. Fine, cool. Charge them that, plus an appropriate profit margin to make it worth your while. But innovation doesn't happen in laying cable or laying fiber. Innovation happens on the internet. So we want to promote innovation. So you have to let Comcast or AT&T or whoever happens to own that pipe that's going into people's houses, you have to let any internet service provider that wants to provide their services, offer their services at competitive prices to every single person who has your pipe. So even if Comcast brings the wires into my home, I can have SovereignNet from Vermont, or I can have FreeWire from Portland, or I can have Verizon or AT&T. I can have any internet service provider I want. I can have any telephone company I want. I can have any cable TV company I want over that pipe. And the company that owns the pipe is getting a fee. But really where the innovation is happening is the stuff that's showing up on my TV and on my computer monitor. And the only reason the United States doesn't do that is because the Supreme Court legalized owning politicians, and the telecom industry, the people who lay the cable, have spent so much money buying politicians that laying cable now has become a profit center because it locks people into a particular internet service provider. So if Comcast brings the cable into your house, you are forced now, by virtue of laws that Comcast lobbied for and that don't exist in other countries, you are forced to have Comcast be your television provider, your internet service provider, and your telephone provider if you choose to bundle your services. And you can't go with anybody else. And that's crazy. And that's why we pay 5 times as much as anybody else on the earth for speeds that are half the speeds that are normal in these other countries. And this is all because this industry was able. This is how Comcast made so much money that they went from being a little cable TV company in the South to owning Universal Pictures and NBC. I mean, they're one of the largest corporations in America now, becoming one of the largest corporations in the world. Why? Because this is so insanely profitable. Elizabeth Warren is talking about breaking up monopolies. If we're going to break up monopolies and we're going to restore an internet that has actual competition on it, this is where we need to start. Thanks a lot for supporting our program.